coach Eric Mangini. Coach, big win for the Dallas Cowboys yesterday over the previously undefeated Carolina Panthers. Thank you, Dak Prescott. Thank you, Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke with over 100 yards for the first time this season. 20 carries, $143. Dak threw touchdowns to 4 different receivers. And the Dallas Cowboys are now 3-1 and headed in only one direction, according to Dak. Take a listen.
We want to be the best, and we want to win. And we want to win late in the year, and we want to go play in the last game out in California. And so we got to continue to build on this culture week in and week out. No matter what situation we are in the game, we've got to lock arms and just trust our brotherhood and everything and all the commitment we've had up to this point, and continue to grow and continue to get better.
Big reason the Cowboys won, second-year stud Trayvon Diggs. 2 more picks in this game for Dallas. Only 2 entire teams have more picks than Diggs, 5 this season. Complete game on offense, a complete game on defense for the Dallas Cowboys. Chris Broussard, is Dallas starting to look like a Super Bowl contender after getting to 3-1 yesterday?
Well, Jenna, because of the last quarter century of futility in Dallas, it's hard for me to really go all in on the Cowboys, but I'm doing it. I'm diving in the pool, all right? I am now saying the Dallas Cowboys are a contender. Now, I still wouldn't call them the best team in the NFC. I still think there's maybe 3 teams better than them right now, but I'll say they're a legitimate contender now. I mean, they've got great win. They played the defending Super Bowl champions really closely. Barely lost to them, beat a good Chargers team, annihilated a Philadelphia team, and actually beat them worse than the Knicks Chiefs beat them. And then yesterday took an undefeated Carolina team and pretty much owned them. The offense is balanced. I firmly believe this, Coach, that the criticism of Ezekiel Elliott and the threat that everybody was putting out there of Tony Pollard being better than him has totally changed things for Zeke. And he is now motivated and running like he's a rookie trying to get a big contract in a few years. So the run game is great. They haven't even had to unleash Dak the last few weeks. When they need to, we know what they can do there. And then defensively, they're very good against the run. And now with Trayvon Diggs, the pass defense, they still obviously have weak spots in other parts of the secondary. But Trayvon Diggs, I called him a Pro Bowler last week. I may have underestimated him. So, yeah, I think they're a contender, Coach, in the NFC.
Well, Chris, when you look at the game plan, it's interesting that if you give Zeke the ball 20 times since 2018, they're 13-5. When it's all about letting Dak throw the ball and you know, what is it? Now we're going to let Dak cook and Dak, whatever it is. There's a consistent formula in Dallas that wins, and they follow that formula, and suddenly they win. And if you keep giving them the ball and establishing the run, and even if you want to mix who you give the ball to, it opens up so many things for Dak. And it was interesting watching Dak's press conference. He was almost disappointed when he realized how few pass attempts he had, you know, as he's talking about it, even though he was really excited about the game. But this is the way that Dallas needs to go. And with that young defense, there are positive things that are happening, but running the ball and controlling time of possession really helps them too. And it's a complementary game plan that I know Nick hates because he only thinks people should throw the ball.
I don't hate it. No, listen. And I was thinking about you when I was watching this game, and I was prepared to do this because unlike my dear beloved colleagues, Chris Broussard and Kevin Wildes, I can admit when I was wrong. And up to this point, I may have been wrong about Zeke. I said Zeke was done as a high-level NFL running back. I don't even care about the 40-plus yard run he had yesterday. There was a kind of mundane run on 2nd and 5 where he was hit a yard after the line of scrimmage and fought his way forward for the first down. And I was like, oh, I recognize that Ezekiel Elliott. That's the Ezekiel Elliott from Ohio State. That's the Ezekiel Elliott from his first year in football and the year after. This Cowboys team, to me, is clearly the best team since 2016, Dak's rookie year, And that team that year could have gone to the Super Bowl. They were 13-3. They had home field advantage, and they lost in the playoffs on a last-second Mason Crosby field goal after one of the best throws of Aaron Rodgers' career, that throw on the sideline to the tight end that I still don't know how he made it and how that play ended up being converted. This Cowboys team, it not just because we always talk about the passing offense. Dak is obviously better than he was 5 years ago, and Dak wasn't sensational yesterday, but we know Dak is a better player than he was as a rookie. The running core, Zeke plus Pollard, even if Zeke isn't as good as he was as a rookie, if he's anything close to what he was yesterday, you're going to have a balanced offense, which I'm fine with if you have the pieces, coach, to balance it. But the most important thing that happened yesterday is Trayvon Diggs. If you have a star corner, it changes the math on how you can play defense. And this is what I want your take on, Coach. And I don't want to overreact, but it wasn't just the 2 picks. It's the pass breakups. That pick is one thing. The second pick was even better. It's that you saw some of this from him as a rookie, and that's such a tough position to play as a rookie. DeMarcus Lawrence isn't even playing yet, and they're getting a pass rush. Coach, if you have a great corner, I feel like it tilts the math as far as personnel in your favor so much defensively. And if Trayvon Diggs is a great corner, and he looks like a great corner, he's 6'2", he's big, he's strong, he seemingly does a little bit of everything. I think all of a sudden the Cowboys can go from, okay, can the defense be average, to can the defense be above average, to almost good. And if it's that, plus what we know the offense can do, this is unquestionably a contending team in the NFC.
Well, having a great corner is a fantastic tool because of what you can do with the rest of the defense. If you can either match him up on the other team's best player or put him on one side of the field and push the coverage, push the safeties to the other side of the field, that does give you a lot of flexibility defensively. We need to hold off on tagging him as great. There's a lot of really good things. Some of this comes down to Sam Darnold and questions going into the game as to how well he could perform without McCaffrey against the 30th ranked pass offense.
Sure.
And he did provide some opportunities. So as we look at the performance in the passing game and with him in particular, there's a little bit of an asterisk because we're also trying to figure out whether or not Sam Darnold is the Jets version of Sam Darnold or Sam Darnold is the new and improved version of Sam Darnold. There are a ton of encouraging things defensively from Dallas, but there's a lot of work to go, and you have to protect that defense and not get caught up with no huddle and short or extending games through passing it a million times. You got to protect those guys as they're emerging.
All right, I just quickly wanted to say this. Nick, that was cute what you said, but I can't let you get away with that, all right? You softened your past criticism of Ezekiel Elliott way too much for us to just let that go, all right? I said he and Pollard were thunder and lightning. And you said, oh, thunder and lightning. More like a distant, quiet rumble in the wilderness, some way far off land. That's what you call Zeke. You said he was washed. You didn't say he may not be what he used to be. So I can't let you sit up here in front of America on a Monday morning and just get away with that.
Washed
I just can't let you get away with that.
It doesn't sound like something I would say. Listen, but Zeke, here's what I'm not going to do just quickly. I could pull into the Chris Broussard patented book of tricks, which is when a player that I said is done plays well, say, well, you know why he did it? I motivated him. He's heard the criticism, and he was like, oh, I'm going to do it. I don't believe that to be the case.
That's a good
I just think, listen, I might have sold Zeke. I might have sold my Zeke stock too early. We'll see. I'd like to see him do it more. But there were some powerful runs yesterday that reminded me of a young Zeke. And when you have that, plus Dak, plus the receiving core, and the defense, which looks really good all of a sudden, Jenna, this is the best Cowboys team since 2016, and that year they were 13-3.
All right, well, this Cowboys team 3-1, 4-1 if you count the fact that they'll beat the Giants next week.
Did I call
back talking Kyler and the Cardinals now. They took control of the NFC West yesterday. Big win over the Rams. Is 4